Hi there.
Can you hear me?
I can perfectly. Thank you. How are you?
Good, 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 good.
So clever, isn't it, from the other side of the world?
Oh yeah. How is Australia there?
It's beautiful. It's winter, but it's warm.
Oh, that's good. That's good, Lee. Thank you for joining today. I know it's just a moment. Oh. Is it say recording on your screen?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, Lee. Yes, thank you very much. I have a lot of wonderful conversation with John in the morning, and it was very wonderful. Yeah. So I sent you the questions. It's about the property, the strata property management. I'll have it, Mike, here. Don't worry, I have it. So it's going to be very free conversation.
Yep.
Without any. If you don't want to answer, you don't want to answer. No problem. And I'm going to include this in the interview. I mean, not in the book, as you know, the system, which our mentor was saying. So yeah, the first one is: do you have any challenge you were having that was happening recently regarding property or communities or this relationship? If you don't mind, please share it with me.
Yes, we have a building that was built in the 70s.
Okay.
So it's nearly 50 years old. So, and it's at the top of a hill that gets southerly winds and no protection. Mm-hmm. So it has a tiled roof, and it's time for a new tiled roof and a lot of remedial works. And there's 19 in the block, and a lot of those people are elderly. So the remedial works, it's going to cost about $1 million. Mm-hmm. We have to repair the roof. Replace it, actually, not repair it. So it's beyond repair. No more band-aid situations. It's time to repair and spend some money. So so that's what the challenge is. And then the other questions I'll answer, which will...
What was the biggest issue here? Only the roof or around it, or the reaction of the elderly people? What is the biggest issue here, Lee?
The roof is the biggest problem because it causes water ingress.
Okay, yes, of course.
Yes, and then, of course, spalding or concrete cancer is occurring because it's getting into, from the roof leaks, it's going through the concrete as well.
Wow. And this is a residential building or a corporation or something like that? Residential. Did this, of course, the next question is, did this bother your people? Of course, they bother them. How long this continues, this nightmare?
This has been going for 3 years.
Wow. They didn't have the money, or what was the issue?
Didn't have the money, and then what you realize, I guess, in a strata building is you have people on the committee that are trying to resolve a problem that they're actually not qualified to do.
Why is the same here? I'm sorry to laugh, but this is the only thing which you can do to laugh because, as we say in my country, Bulgaria, not only there, the ignorance is not bliss. I mean, people are thinking that when they don't know, it's okay. I have a very good teacher in physics. And when I was a classmate, we have an old system. We study everything. Sorry, we got a little bit right. And she said, "This is the person who doesn't know anything. The limit with the knowledge is small. So he or she thinks that the moment she study a little bit, she's gonna know all. But but this is the circle of the person who knows all, who knows a lot, and he knows that the more he knows, the more he doesn't know."
Yes, it's so true. So you get this committed bunch of people that dedicate time to try and figure these things out, and what do we know about building? We don't have the engineer specs to do that kind of thing. So a lot of time has been wasted with burnt out committees and people trying to do the right thing. So that would have to be the biggest problem, the biggest challenge.
What solutions did you try to solve this challenge with the committees?
The first solution we tried was to actually get the quotes in ourselves and talk to owners about the possible expenses we thought it would come in at, which initially we thought was only going to be about 400,000.
Oh.
And in the end, we ended up actually agreeing that we didn't have the information, and we hired a consultant.
Yeah, I see. So yeah, that's what I was also here proposing, always to have a consultant, have a strata corporation or community which didn't agree. The guy came, he subleased the job, or some subcontractor, and then he was in Las Vegas. Yeah. And I called him, "Whoa, why you don't bother me 7 times?" I said, "You have to finish the job. I mean, it's not done." And the guy was upset, and he never came. Then we go to the lawyers, and the lawyer says, "It's gonna cost you $2,500 to start, and then it can go up to 150, which is the project was $150,000." Yes. So, and we go back to the minutes, and it says, "Thank God." I said several times, "Guys, we need an engineering company," because really the guy was using the ignorance, even my ignorance. I admit I couldn't catch it because the guy didn't give warranties. The guy didn't give nothing. He just, "Oh, hey, how are you? This is my product," and then off you go. And now we're trying to fix it, to finish the job without having any warranty. So if something goes wrong, they have to hire again a person.
Wow. No, we've got all warranties and guarantees with ours. If they did the temporary solution of trying, because it's a tiled roof, so if they did that, they said we can't guarantee because of the age of the tile. And so all of that building knowledge was much easier to sell to the owners versus us just saying, "Hey, we need it fixed and this is the price." So
yeah, you're absolutely right. And also, do you have quotes for the engineering company? So only one, you have your own engineering company?
We had the engineering company who did tenders out, and so he has roofers and other trading come in, but at least he manages it all the way through.
Oh yeah, okay. So what didn't work out from this engineering, or still you're in the process, and what happened as a result?
What did or didn't work out?
What didn't work out? I mean, obviously, yeah, and what didn't work out? I mean, maybe the money wasn't enough.
What didn't work out when we were doing it as a committee is that we lost people off the committee, and the whole project went to the wayside because there was no solution. So the building kept getting worse and worse. Guttering started falling off. Pipes started falling off, and it got to the point where it's actually became a legal matter, because if something falls off and kills somebody, we are liable for not fixing something.
Okay, so, when you say we are liable,
the owners corporation.
But you as a strata manager, are you liable?
I'm not a strata manager. I'm an owner.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. Because I'm a strata manager, and I'm an owner also in the residential area here.
Yes, and I'm a real estate agent.
Oh, excellent. So you're in the same business, more or less. And by the way, I'm always respecting when people calls me and they ask me for questions, but it's tricky because you know that, because we as a strata managers or property managers, whatever the name is, we cannot deal with non-owners.
Yes.
Let's say non-owners come and say, "Oh, I see this in the minutes."
Yes.
What is the plan of the strata corporation? I cannot say that. Yes. I say, "Sorry guys, only registered owners. When you buy it, I can answer the question." Which
they've changed that in Australia now. So now
they change it?
Yes, only now. We had legislation changed November last year, and now tenants can attend AGMs and EGMs, and annual general meetings and extraordinary meetings. Tenants are allowed to attend. It's a nightmare.
Well, listen, here in British Columbia, Canada, also they can attend, but they cannot vote unless they don't have the rights of proxy.
Correct.
Yeah. Why it's a nightmare? They ask questions, or?
just depends. We've just had a few tenants that have just been, you know, that little one with the knowledge that thinks they know a lot. And when you're making long-term solutions to a building that somebody's not going to be there long-term,
yeah,
you know, can be dangerous.
And I've heard that you have Civil Resolution Tribunal there for 40 years.
Wow.
You have it. No, we don't have it.
Yeah.
You have it for 40 years. We have it here online. Something you need online.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's tricky there because, I mean, you have to be careful. First, you have to have all the documents, all the claims. The moment you open it, you cannot have rescind the money. And also you have to read really a lot. They made it deliberately challenging here, the courts, because they don't want everybody to go. You start to make a claim, 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 12 steps you have. I even didn't go in details to see it, but you have to go. When you say to the owners, they don't want to go to this procedure, you know, because it's cheap. It seems cheap, but it takes a lot of time.
Yes.
And
we have to have a majority vote. So majority vote will always rule here. Is that the same there? Majority to make a decision.
No, I'm talking about the civil resolution is the court, I mean, system.
Oh, yeah.
Which, let's say, if you don't like the council, the committee, you can go there and sue them.
Oh, wow.
You can check. You can check in your legislation, because we were told that you have it, but you don't have it online.
Yes.
You have it as a regular court.
Yes.
You have to go and attend, so you have to take a day off and go and attend. And there and here it's online, so you can finish your job. You go put the papers. It says in the law that they can contact you via online connection, Skype connection, even if it's necessary. Because if you have a very serious litigation, there's an officer who's not officer, but the court. I don't know. Some from the court, British Columbia court, says, "Hey, we need your documents. We need that you're serious, because it's a real litigation." But it takes time, you know. They say 3 to 6 months, but I mean, it's challenging. They have so many things. Otherwise, the old system was small claim court or Supreme Court, depending on the amount. Small claim court is 25,000. Over 25,000, maybe it's the same in Australia, is Supreme Court.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I know what it is for real estate. It's 10,000, and and no lawyers. It's just like a tribunal.
Yeah, it's the same tribunal. Yeah. How did you ultimately gonna solve the challenge? What do you think?
The ultimate solving of it was we changed strata managers. We were with a strata management company that was not servicing our needs properly.
What do you mean? I'm sorry to interrupt you. What do you mean not servicing properly? I want to know because
of course, and it's a big deal to move strata companies. That have got all your records. They were not communicating things well. They were sending out work orders that were not properly approved. They were not doing. We have to have like a 10-year plan. A forecasting plan in place. A lot of the compliance and stuff was not being done, and they were putting back onto the owners work that they should have been doing. So there was about 50% of people were really unhappy with the management. So we took it to vote and interviewed 5 other management companies, and we've just changed over. 1 June, we just changed over.
How many did you change for the last 5 years?
How many? What did we do for the last 5 years?
Strat management companies.
Oh, we have been with this company for 10 years.
How about you change managers?
Yeah, change companies.
Oh.
Yeah, companies. We gave them an opportunity to change managers to service us better.
Yes.
But they didn't, so we changed companies.
I know. It's not pleasant from other side, but from you guys, it's important. And what kind of vote do you need to change it? Majority or three-quarter?
Every decision has to be a majority vote, but we have a strata committee. So the strata committee. So there's 19 in the block. There's 5 on the strata committee.
Uh-huh.
So we interviewed 5 companies,
Uh-huh.
and then we put out a report saying these are the pros and cons.
Uh-huh.
And this is the company we suggest you elect,
Mm-hmm.
and then voted, formal vote.
I see. I'm sorry, I'm curious because, okay, did the strata management company is taking the budget and doing all the maintenance, or it going through a vote every time from the committee?
The strata management company will manage the funds, as in they collect the levies.
Okay.
They provide forecasts for budget. We meet once a year for an annual general meeting that they provide that for. They'll manage the special levies as well, and keep us compliant under the Act.
Mm-hmm. But did they have the authority to decide how to repair and maintenance, or it's only the own?
It has to come from the owners.
I see. Let's say small stuff like drive-in cleaning, mechanical preventive maintenance contract. They can arrange it, or they can
arrange. Yes, and they have preferred tradespeople that they use.
Mm-hmm.
So if we needed, say, a plumbing job done, we would ring and say there's a plumbing job required. They say we would suggest we use company ABC. And would say, well, company XYZ has been doing it for 20 years. We'd prefer to use them. And so they follow our instruction.
Also, you have the right to point it out different company.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good because, the same is here. We have own companies, but, I mean, we were always accused that we have a kickbacks.
Yes.
But according to the Act, we have to review it. And I said to the strata, I don't want, even with the contractors, I don't want your Christmas card or whatever. I want the job done. If you do the job and the owners are happy, that's what it means. Because if they start keeping complaining, I have to choose another company. So
that's right. They do get kickbacks from insurance companies. So
how they're going to get kickbacks?
Financial remuneration.
Wow, it's illegal? It's legal in Australia?
Providing you disclose it in your agency agreement, yes, it's legal.
Well, we don't have the right to do so. I mean, we can have the money, but we have to disclose it to the council.
Same.
Yeah, but I personally don't receive any paycheck from anybody till now.
Yes.
2.5 years. It's better. It's better because if I want a raise from the strata owners, that's another story.
Yes.
And I'm trying to make it 2-3 years, not every year, because my stratas are small.
Yes.
30, 40, 50, 100 is the biggest one. And when the people, they're going to feel it and they're going to start to hate you. Every year, there's inflation. Yeah, there's inflation everywhere. But if I want to provide them service first, and then, after 2-3 years, can I have 1% or 2% increase of the management fees, from which I'm going to take a percent, because I'm not taking all the money. I'm taking 20-30% only of their fees.
Yes.
I'm not taking all the money. So
is it your strata company? It's your strata company?
No, it's not mine. I'm working for them. Yep. But I would like to make something different, like courses. We have a non-profit organization here, CHOA, who is Condominium Home Association, who are educating people. But the guy who is the chair, who is the member, he's not a property manager, so he doesn't have a license.
Oh, okay.
And I said, but they're listening to him.
Yeah.
Because you see how much important is the connection, and the setup and the persuasion. He's good guys, met him, but you see, I like him, but at the same time, he's presenting the facts on his side. And he's not managing. He's only advising. He's saying, this is the practice, this is it. Have a nice day. It doesn't go nitty-gritty like you're going as an owner, me as a strata manager, and going with the quotes, with the disputes, with the angry owners and stuff. No, I mean, he might go, but not the same way. But he's popular here. He's in TV. radio station, you know, you see how much the media works for him. Nevertheless, we're the guys who are inside this minutia, and we are dealing every day. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm sorry for the word, but this is it, because sometimes people complain too much and they don't understand how it works. So what do you recommend to the others, owners in strata management companies with this challenge? What do you expect as a service from the strata management? And what do you recommend for the other owners also?
I would definitely recommend outsourcing jobs. To do that as the first point of view is to outsource where expertise is not within the block. You might have something, if someone was a broker or a finance person, that you could do, that you had expertise within homeowners, great. But if not, don't delay and get outsourced information to make educated decisions. And I would, prioritize maintenance. I mean, a lot of people, when you sell over here, people want to know how much is in the sinking fund, you know. So like we had $100,000 in the sinking fund, which is great, but we need $1 million worth of work. Whereas I sold a property 2 weeks ago that had 30,000 in there, but immaculate building. Everything was done as required. So I think having a better understanding that less money in a sinking fund isn't necessarily a bad thing, because it generally means they have addressed items as they've come up.
But it means the other way around also. Believe me.
Yes, I mean, there's lots of things wrong, can't it?
Yeah, because they have a property, they don't have the money, and I said change the fence, and I put the resolution, and because they didn't like it, and I have to change it again, the resolution, before the annual general meeting. I said, okay, you have more funds now in CRF, contingency reserve fund, sinking fund in Europe. Why don't you use them? Yeah, one of the guy was actually hesitating of the council committee, and said, why not? But then they start to argue and said, okay, leave it. Obviously, it will not pass. Obviously, it will not pass because I said it's a 2 phases. It's a small building, 2 phases. So if the first phase is passed, can you imagine half of the building done and half of the building you have to wait another 2 years? So they're going to take a risk to wait another 2 years, but you have to do it, I said, because the whole fence is wobbling. Imagine somebody to jump in your backyard and say, hello, I'm going to here to rob you. And you don't have safety, you don't have security, it's a small building, you can get scared out, and it's a back. I mean, people don't think. I mean, they think something going to get from the air, nothing. Yeah, that's it. What are the things to look out for? What do you think you can improve in these relationships, community strata managers? What's ideal like an owner? What do you expect?
I had written my notes there that there's always too many chiefs and not enough Indians.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right.
So it's trying to create a good community within the block, which can be challenging depending on whether there's pets involved and ages of people within the block. So our block, I'm 52, and I'm probably one of the younger ones in the area that I'm in, and yet up the top block is younger people, you know, Gen Y. So they're partying and we're chilling out. So
it's okay. It's okay.
So understanding the needs of your block, and I guess the number one thing is understanding the urgency of things required. Like you say, with that fence, that is a matter that has to be addressed, and it can't just keep going under the table. So it's identifying all of these things and being always aware that we keep needing to spend money to make our investment work for us, because not spending the money costs us more money down the track.
Yeah, I like the public speaker, Les Brown says, you don't pay now, you pay double later.
Correct.
Yeah, people don't, we say the same in my country, we don't pay now, you pay 1,000 times later. And, and it's procrastination though. because if you think that you're going to go in this community and somebody else going to do the job, forget about it.
Exactly.
That's the thing which I admire. And the last thing, what do you think make the difference for you, this experience, this challenge, and the resolution of it, of course?
I think the difference was having the professional manage it for us. That's definitely been the difference. And also I came on as secretary. We have 3 positions in Strata here. So secretary is the #1 position. Then there's a chairman and a treasurer. So the chairman and the treasurer don't have, it's the secretary that holds all the power in ours.
It's not majority vote?
It is majority vote, but the secretary has all the power. So you would only ever speak to me. You wouldn't speak to the whole committee. You would only speak to me.
It's like dictatorship here. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You can speak to other people, but what happens is you'd appreciate as an owner, if you've got a block of 20 people and you're getting 20 people email you and call you and talk to you with it, it's confusing. Then they start copying you in on emails and it's like, well, leave me out of it till you've got a solution. So I managed all of that side of it. So before there was a lady in the 70s, still handwriting minutes, so I said, look, I'll come in and I'll manage it for you. So I just go in with my laptop and take all the notes. And because property is my thing, I was able to probably find more professional solutions for the group quicker. So they had been dealing with it for 3 years. I came in and we did it within, 3 months.
Wow. So you're president, kind of secretary of a property?
Secretary, yes.
Which
is vice president.
He's a co-council president. But he does not have the rights to instruct the strata manager. He cannot do it, or she cannot do it by herself. So you have to be majority of the vote. And this is the trick here, because sometimes these people here think that, I'm the president, I can decide. No, this is a little around here. They made it, let's say, 4 of 7. If it's 6, then the president can cut the vote on the second with the second vote power. This is the power. Okay. But if it's 7, then even he's against. It's 3, then he's overrun.
I still need majority within that committee. I still need majority to, but I'm the what's the best way to? I'm the spokesperson more so, rather than I don't hold extra power or voting power. I am just the person that manages it. So yes, we still need a majority within the Strata committee, but they changed the legislation last year. So any major decisions, like a Strata committee used to be able to make major decisions as a group.
Okay.
Now any major decisions like changing the roof or anything that affects owners in a fairly big way has to be made by all owners now.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it can. By the way, it's here for many years like this.
Yes. Okay.
But it's not majority. It's three-quarter vote. From the present voters, not from voters who are behind. Let's say if it shows 10 owners, they can decide. It's from 100. Yeah, if it shows 10, they can decide depending on the bylaws, because sometimes the bylaw says these 10 owners can wait half an hour and they consist of quorum. Sometimes says, no, it doesn't consist of quorum, they have to reschedule it. But reschedule means more money for the strata management company.
Is it to get a quorum, is it only 25% of the block?
30.
70?
30.
Oh, 30. Okay, ours is 25 for a quorum.
Yeah, but still it's not enough.
No.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Lee. I hope you get enough from today and hope you enjoy the conversation.
Yes, can I just ask you a question?
Yes, go ahead.
I tell you why I'm struggling with the Joel, whether I do it, because I was thinking to get into Strata as well as property management, because there's so many buildings here. I think, but I wanted to have a point of difference. If I'm going to do it, I don't want to just be a strata company that's doing what everyone else is doing. But I find the questions really hard to answer. Like I'm up to module 4.
Okay.
So when it's really hard to look at target marketing for strata, because, you know, it's like, you know, what kind of products and services do they have? Well, landlord's insurance, property maintenance, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But when it talks into, you know, how old are they? What do they like to do in their free time? I mean, it's just such a generic question for real estate, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I'm finding it hard to find the
Yeah. I mean, the idea is that the majority of them, they want to just not to get bothered, or not, and they want all these problems to be solved from themselves.
Yes.
That's their nightmare. When you start emailing them, when you start sending letters.
Yes.
My point is to create something outside the strata management, education only. I'm not sure whether I'm going to continue as a strata. I mean, I have to continue as a strata manager because of the license.
Yes.
But my idea is like this guy, what I told you, who's not a property manager, he speaks like he knows everything. He knows probably, but it's different when you're inside. With license, you have to be more careful what you're saying, because they might attack you and say, give me your license, then have a nice day. You cannot talk.
Yes.
Or you can...
Or dispute resolution as a side thing to do for yourself.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. My suggestion, my system, I want to speak to the new owner specifically, because I see this gap between the realtor and the new owner. Realtor is selling the product, but they don't know this nitty-gritty stuff: letters, correspondence, bylaw fines, how to react, strata council, hearings, lawyers, insurance, this small stuff. Maybe they're telling them, but very quickly, because they really don't have the time, the realtors, to cover everything.
Yes.
All the councils, let's say, what the council needs to know, because there is no course for the strata council member either.
Yes.
You become a strata council member, council committee, or board in the United States, and you start to be like a small child. It's my way, I don't care.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not your way, because you're not living alone.
Yeah.
That's very challenging. I know. I mean, here specifically Joel's question is, what do you really want to give to these people?
Yes.
And whether you want with seniors or with young people, what's the difference? The senior wants to have, let's say, his sobriety. He has a lot of time, but still he wants less problems. The younger people, let's say, they want free time for their kids, for their family, with their friends. Most probably, I mean, like everyone, they want more time for vacation if they're wealthy.
Yes.
So that's the question. So, I mean, it's gonna take time. So, but just keep digging and
keep pushing. Yeah.
A little bit, because you cannot make it at once. Let's say one of the assignments which I'm doing now with you, thank you for that. It can take me 3-4 weeks. Make these interviews, then I have to do so and so and so. So it takes time. You see, commercial, I spend it many hours to create it, because it's many electronic issues, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, I'll keep pushing. Look, I just my mind keeps changing all the time, what my passion or the purpose is, but I guess that's normal, right?
Yeah, it's normal, because you're different every day. You have a different mood and different, but you're gonna feel it. He said it. You're gonna feel it when you're on the spot, and then you can write it down and say, "Oh, this is it. This is what I want." And I really want to, and I have the feeling that probably abroad they're gonna have more interested for such a kind of courses, because they will know when they become owners or investors what to expect, how to react, how to be prepared, and nobody from here tells them. I mean, they tell them, but they tell them that when they go to the lawyer, it's very expensive, and then.
Exactly. Have you done one of his $15,000 courses?
No.
Haven't done. Okay, my boss is about to do one here in Australia next month.
Oh, good for him. So he'll see the difference, I'm sure.
Yes. Yeah.
So you can work with him about this if you want.
Yes, I will.
And then you can focus on education. I think education is the proper purpose, because if you become a strata manager, yes, the only difference which you can do is maybe more quickly respond to the emails, to the phone calls, but which means that you have a lesser buildings, less owners.
Yes.
So then the salary gonna varies, or I mean, you have to see how it's gonna work.
Yeah, no, I like that. It's education. That's much better.
Much better, yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. 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 Bye.